I was seriously debating on whether or not I wanted to address this tragedy that had taken place. And I know for the things that I'm about to address, it'll cause some kind of outrage, stir up some controversy, or get some emotionally charged and in their feelings. And how dare I say the things that I'm about to say? So, another young teen, Austin Metcalf, whose life was senselessly cut short by another student, Carmelo Anthony, over a trivial dispute over a seating arrangement at a track event. Waking up this morning, this story was posted on social media, which immediately got my attention and had me invested in the details surrounding this tragedy. What disgusts me is the fact that anytime you have a tragedy or some kind of fatality where there are individuals of opposite race, you get those in the comment section that immediately start to race bait and say, oh, had that have been a black person, the media or the news will be all over and there'll be some great exposure, making it a racial. You know what? A father lost his son. A sibling lost his brother. This isn't a competition on what tragedy gets the most media exposure. This is a life that was taken unnecessarily. This was a child that had a promising future. I could rebuttal that with other examples, but this isn't what this is about. This is about a life that was lost unnecessarily due to the ignorance of another individual who was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. As a parent myself, these are the things I gotta look at and wonder, will my child make it beyond a certain age to enjoy his life? It's very concerning when your child can't even go to school and learn without wondering if some disgruntled student is going to come in and shoot the school up. You can't even go to a sleepover and wonder if the friends that you thought were friends are going to take your life. You can't even attend a fucking sports event without somebody getting triggered over something so trivial and stupid that they got to resort to this action to take someone's life. It was a meaningless act. And I'm going to say this, and this is where I say people probably going to get pissed. I don't care if that kid says something fucked up to the other kid, which I'm sure they're going to say, had it been racial for him to, it's no excuse. It is no fucking excuse. As I stated many times before, you got many of these young teenagers, these young adults that don't know how to fight. Instead, they want to resort towards taking someone's life. For what reason? As a kid, I was subjected to that same, thank God for my best friend who had an equalizer that did that shit. Otherwise, I would have been a statistic in the hashtag my damn self by the hands of my own people. We are losing our kids to domestic violence. We are losing our kids to homelessness. We are losing our kids to child trafficking. We are losing our kids to gang violence. We are losing our kids to school shootings. We are losing our kids to certain health issues in which they are denied any kind of help, treatment, or whatever. Our kids who we should protect have now become the least protected. You have agencies that come and snatch them out of our homes and place in a hostile environment and where they're not being treated properly. We have got to do better when it comes to our children. I know that there will be many who will make the comparison with this unfortunate tragedy to other tragedies and make it about race. For once, let's not. Let's not. Because if we want to go there, this is what I'm going to say to that. When it comes to the black children that have lost their lives to some type of hate crime done unto them by those who are white, I understand the outrage and it validates the anger. But on the flip side of that, if you don't want any ammunition used against us, stop fucking with them folks. Because now, this particular situation right here will be the main thing they're going to throw up in the faces of black people. Because it was a black student that took another white student's life. And they will use that to no end. So stop giving these people a reason to hate us when they already do to a certain extent. Some, not all. Do not give them any validation. Because that's exactly what they're looking for, even with all the things that are done to us. My condolences, my sympathy, and my sorrow goes out to the family that has lost a loved one, their child. To the person that did what he did, I ain't got no words for you, bro. You dug yourself into a hole that you may not ever get out of. You fucked up. You shouldn't have done what you did. It wasn't worth taking that young man's life over something so trivial and stupid. But because you felt like you had to prove yourself, you had to act like a fucking thug, which they want to call us. Well, now you got to deal with the consequences. And I'm sorry. I'm just saying it as a father, looking at if that was my child and you did that to my fucking child. I'm going to just leave it at that. So